Good morning, everyone. Kansas Sports HQ here, Season 2, Episode 45. We have Naj and Sean in studio. Sheldon is on the links for the Farley Cup. Good luck, fella. Hopefully you can shoot that so-called 75 again and Sky doesn't fall off the map like the last time. But anyways, how are you guys this morning?
Better than I deserve.
Oh man, almost in sync there. That was interesting.
Yeah.
The good old Instagram just blacked out on my screen, so that's great.
For you.
Good luck to those on Instagram that I don't know. It says it's live, but who knows? Who knows?
2 weeks. I think we're 2.5 weeks away from the World Cup.
Dude, it starts today.
Oh, boom! There you go.
Yeah, World Cup starts today.
2.5 weeks.
Yeah, I don't necessarily know.
See, because when we go to KC, the World Cup's still going to be going on. So that's what I think.
Dude, if you go up there, you should check out the FIFA tailgate. It should be free. Just make sure you figure out how to get there. Like the parking's going to be insane.
Oh yeah.
You know.
I don't-
Something I did see for local news, and it's kind of fun, is that Country Stampede will be moving to Wichita, Kansas in 2027, sponsored by Gillies. Gillies sponsors the Park City Rangers.
They do.
So that's like 200,000 people. 200,000 country people.
Country
They
music
usually have that at let's say somewhere in Manhattan. Just kind of like the Dam Jam had been going on in El Dorado, and then it moved all over the place just for some of that stuff. But anyways, yeah. So today we're going to talk about what, Sean?
Braden Sorsby.
Braden Schwarsby?
Sorsby.
Former quarterback at, you said, Cincinnati?
Yeah.
So he started his career at Indiana.
My bad.
No, you're right. You're right, though. You're right.
Okay.
Because the last 2 years, I think it's just last year he was at Cincinnati. He did well. He balled out. Yeah, man. So this story's been making the rounds. It happened about a month ago or so, maybe a little bit longer. It came out that he had placed, it's something like over $90,000 in bets. And a good portion of that was on his own team while he was at Indiana. He wasn't really playing, but still, that's your own team. I mean, you're not supposed to gamble at all, let alone your own team. We saw what happened to Pete Rose. So he got caught for that. So everybody's like, well, yeah, he's done. And then like they said, he checked himself into like rehab for a gambling addiction. And sounds like, and everybody's kind of seeing what his next steps would be, whether he's going to, go play in the, whatever UFL, whatever it is.
Sure.
Because he's probably got an NFL future no matter what. Like he's a good quarterback. And then it just came out over this, I think it was Monday morning, it came out that a district court judge, obviously Lubbock's district and a Texas Tech grad, granted an injunction for Brennan Sorsby to be eligible to play this year for Texas Tech and only adhere to the 2-game suspension that Texas Tech themselves recommended he take for the gambling. So, a guy who has not only bet thousands upon almost 6 figures in bets over his college career, including on his own team, looks like potentially, this isn't the end of it, but looks like potentially he could be playing this year with essentially no punishment.
I have it's all one. My thing, it comes down to, are you betting on your team to win or you're betting on your team to lose? He didn't play, so he didn't really have much effect. I understand he can't be gambling, as a Division I athlete. I can understand that. But you betting on him to win or lose? That's what I feel like. That's what it comes down to when
If
it
he was
comes
at
to
Indiana, I
yeah.
would assume he was betting on them to lose because
Well,
up until Cignetti
no,
got there 2 years ago, that's all they did. They were the losingest program in college football.
so
I don't know. I mean, you could probably find out whether he betted on them to win or lose.
So, well, here's the thing. So, NIL money, whether he has that or not, right? Booster money, however that looks.
He got like $5.5 million for NIL, by the way. in
Okay,
the portal.
so he's using that to his advantage, which
I don't think he had that when he was. He definitely didn't have it when he was at Indiana because he was a backup.
but you have to look at it from that perspective. He's using monies that he is being paid with.
whether you can prove that or not, but
Yeah,
you just
but
assume.
but for me, like that still warrants some hefty things. I mean, obviously transferring to Texas Tech and having that with somebody that was a Texas Tech grad, and I don't know.
I think he was a Texas. I don't know for sure. I should preface that. I don't know for sure if it was a Texas Tech grad of the judge, but I'm pretty sure like all the appellate courts in Lubbock County are all Texas Tech grads.
So at this point, are they treated as a professional athlete?
Well, that's the problem, right? So a lot of this could probably be avoided if there was some hard set rule. The NCAA clearly doesn't have any more power anymore because whether you're fighting the NCAA on another year of eligibility or you're fighting the NCAA on this, you just take it to a district court. And if the court finds in favor of you to grant an injunction for you to have that extra year of eligibility or apparently just gambling, you can have it as long as that judge grants that injunction, right? So I find this a hot crock of bullcrap that he's able to play this year.
Oh, for sure, but
No, and I'll tell you why. Okay, I'll tell you why. As an Iowa fan,
okay.
and Iowa State, and my family who's Iowa State fans. So a couple years ago, 2023, some investigators in Iowa. What department was that? It was not a department I'd like. It sounds like I want to say DEI. It's not DEI, obviously, but it sounds like that. So a couple years ago, and I think it was 2023, there was an investigation by the state into sports gambling by athletes at Iowa, Iowa State, and I think UNI too. And all these players got pinged for gambling.
Mhm.
And so the NCAA cracked down on them.
Your IP address is not safe.
Right. So, and this is where it gets crazy too. So, all of these dudes out for the year, a lot of them like seniors, whatever. So they're like their careers are done, and that affected their pro ball opportunities, whether that's the UFL, whatever it's called, or actually being in NFL draft picks and everything. And it affected the teams big time. And these guys, and this is like a lot of, and this was across all sports. So like Iowa wrestlers got banged for it. I don't know if maybe one basketball player for Iowa. I know a good couple of football players. One of them was really suspicious. Our kicker who missed the game tying field goal against Iowa State in 2023, bet on that game. Now, I'm not saying he would have made it otherwise, but that was a little suspicious. But anyway, and then Iowa State, their starting quarterback, who was going to be their starting quarterback for the year, banged out. A bunch of other players at Iowa State. And so like Noah Shannon, he was a defensive tackle at Iowa. Great, like anybody who's obviously I haven't interacted with him personally, but anybody who's met him, great guy. He was a 5th-year senior, coming back for his last year. He placed a $10 bet on women's basketball when they were in the NCAA tournament for Iowa, and that was it. He got no more career. Hasn't played football since. Then the craziest thing is the way that they got investigated was illegal. So the organization in the state for Iowa who investigated them with geofencing, they couldn't do that. And that didn't like end up getting resolved until it was too late for the football season, whatever. It's like there was a few guys who weren't like seniors and stuff who were able to come back and play the next year, I think, because of it. But everybody got banged out for the year. So this guy who placed almost $100,000 in bets and got caught, then checked himself into rehab, plays the victim in court because the statement was like, if he gets punished, then other people won't ever to actually go to seek help when they need it if they see that he gets punished this way.
The loophole of the system.
Yeah, they cried like a victim, like he's depressed and this will be a detriment on his life.
Starting, so I needed to bet on things.
Dude, and it's the craziest thing ever. And he just gets to play. And now Texas Tech has already came out saying like, so they're big like billionaire donor who
they are the number one school in NIL money.
Yeah. He has come out and said, like if this was LSU, nobody would have done anything about it. They just don't want us to be competitive. I'm like, no, this has always been a thing. Like you can't gamble on sports. This isn't just college. This is pro. Like you can't gamble on sports. But MLB kicked 2 guys out for life last year because they were gambling on
but they
baseball.
have okay. Time out. Professional sports has a bylaw. Obviously, the NCAA overlooked that opportunity when they built the NIL stuff. But NIL is ran by states and organizations, but not the NCAA.
Yeah, but this isn't NIL. This is gambling on games. It's a different thing. Right.
I understand, but they are college athletes, not professional athletes, where the professional athletes have contracts that say they cannot do that.
But the NCAA has rules that you cannot do that. And they enforced it on one person. And now because essentially the NCAA doesn't have any power anymore with the NIL, they can't enforce this because you just take it up to a judge somewhere and he can decide because he wants his football team to be good to let the guy play.
I mean, I understand I understand that. It's not a fair system.
Well, no. And but then like the premise behind it all where they're like playing the victim is just wild. He got caught, so he checked himself into rehab. And now
my question is, how did he get caught? Because let's revisit
it. It sounds from what everything I've read on it and listened to about it, it sounds like he
forgot to turn on his VPN.
No, the school sorry. The schools all like they all knew about it.
Sure.
Like Texas Tech knew about it when they signed to the NIL. Cincinnati knew about it when he transferred into there. They all knew about it, but nobody was saying nothing until he actually got caught.
That's where I was headed with this. Let's revisit something that happened late last year, maybe early this year, with the team from the North. I don't say that name.
Yeah.
They knew about the situation with their coach and turned a blind eye until it became a problem.
And then they axed him.
Then they go through that.
Yeah.
Now, crazy enough, he only got 18 months on probation. No felony charges, nothing.
Yeah.
But here we are. Like, universities are going to do whatever they want to do in order to win.
Well, yeah, because of how much, even more so, how much money is tied into it.
And then how can we create controversy when we want somebody to get out?
Yeah.
I mean, it's the dramatic effect there. I mean, we don't see that very much in the baseball side of things because football is such a heavily watched sport and all of that. I bet you there's more going on in basketball and stuff like that. But with the NCAA having no power, I mean, I would assume NIL money is controlled by the university, which is then a state situation because the money's coming from that state as income. So therefore, you can steamroll the NCAA all day long.
Yeah, because I think the NIL isn't even necessarily controlled. So what they have now is rev share, which is the athletic department, right? So every team has like a $20 million cap on their rev share. Anything on top of that is the collectives, so the NIL collectives. So that's not really ran by the university. I think it's checked by the university. I don't know for sure. Like I don't know exactly the ins and outs about it, but every university has like a $20 million rev share, and then which is supposed to go to all sports, and then everything like Ohio State, they got and obviously the LSU's and the I don't even think Alabama's up there, but maybe like Georgia, Texas, Texas Tech, they're all spending 50 some million on a roster. So that's like their 20 million in rev share. And then everything, well, less than that because rev share is supposed to go to all sports. But then on top of that, an extra 30 to 40 to 50 million in NIL, which is raised by the public, the boosters, private, all that stuff. It is a very confusing and crazy situation that essentially no one has any sort of power in whatsoever, and rules can be bypassed super easily. And yet, I don't understand this. Iowa continues to get screwed in all of this. Like, I was just we're it's not like Iowa's some top program, right? We're I would say a top 25 program in the country. Maybe you could argue top 30, 35, but like a solid 8 wins, 8 to 10 wins every year, 8, 9 usually roughly.
Let's look at it this way.
But
core values.
sure. Well, I don't know. But I mean,
Iowa has core values, whereas
potentially.
others may or may not
But
have
it's like
similar core values.
Iowa, anytime they have an infraction against the NCAA or against the rules set by the NCAA, they self-report. So like this whole transfer portal thing, a couple of years ago, they self-reported tampering with Cade McNamara, to the school that you don't talk about, right? When he was transferring from over there. He comes over to Iowa, sucks. Terrible.
Yeah, he did.
And then, but because they self-reported tampering, all of a sudden 3 years later, they get banged they get vacated all the wins that he started in 3 years later after they self-reported tampering. Yet earlier this January, Clemson's head coach Dabo Swinney went like public and called out Ole Miss coach Pete Golding, the guy who replaced Kiffin over there, called him out for tampering with his guy constantly after his guy had already re-enrolled, the transfer portal closed, everything has re-enrolled back in Clemson, and Ole Miss kept contacting him and offering him more and more money. And nothing happened. Nothing happened out of that. Rules for thee and not for me. That's what I like.
Rules for thee and not for me.
Right. And the big schools don't get, and now Tech's a big school. Apparently.
So well, hold on a second. So
shout out to their softball team.
They're really good, yeah.
I'm just curious. Do you think it has to do with the league they're in? SEC, Big
absolutely.
12, Big 10. You have the Power 5.
Well, it's really
four.
It's
four. So who is enforcing that rule? Is it the NCAA or is it the league?
It's the leagues.
So
the conferences have all the power now because of, and that's why like the ACC has fallen by the wayside because they signed a big television contract, 10 or 15 years ago, which was big then, but all of a sudden all the other SEC, Big 10, even Pac-12 before they folded, they all signed television contracts in the late 2010s, which were much more valuable. So then ACC, especially when this whole NIL thing came along, they didn't have as much money funded to the schools, which is why Florida State, Miami threatened to leave every single year. But yeah, the conferences have all the power now. The Big Ten and the SEC especially, because they're the premier conferences. They have the most teams, and then you have the Big 12 and ACC. So you technically have a Power 4, but it's more like the Big 2, the next 2, and then the group of 5,
and the
group of 6 or whatever.
Yeah.
After the big, the MAC and the SWAC and the what is it, Mountain West, and then
sure.
The old Pac-12s now. The Mountain West.
I only know
like
3 because those are the ones that I just want to beat every time we play them. So it doesn't matter.
You hope so.
Are you looking it up?
What? No, I'm trying to still figure out who's the team from up north. Like
Michigan.
Oh,
yeah. He's an Ohio State fan.
Oh yeah, I knew that. I knew that. But the team up north, that I think when I think north, I think Canada.
Basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, but
Commie.
They could take that. They could take that state back if they wanted
Yeah.
to.
I mean,
Whoops. Now you have the Detroit Lions playing out of Canada.
wow.
pretty wild.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Or the
anyways,
Tigers.
I'm obviously it's kind of, this whole thing's kind of personal to me. A lot of people will just be like, well, and this is the Texas Tech coach said something like, well, he didn't murder anybody. It's like, no, but like,
If that's what we're comparing it
yeah,
to,
right?
that's the
Like
problem.
that's
the
not
problem.
no one's thinking like he's some like criminal, but there has to be consequences for actions. Like
100%.
what's the now all these high school kids, now everybody else is like, oh, so I could just take my millions of dollars that fans and boosters and everything gave me, like you were saying, I just take those, I can just go gamble, and I can gamble on my own team, and then I can gamble on my own team, throw the game, and not get punished for it.
Showing.
I mean,
Essentially, now this is the precedent
time
that is
out.
being
Time
set.
out. We're also in a world where somebody can be drunk at work and then say, "I have a problem," and still keep their job.
It's true because nobody really enforces consequences much anymore. But
you're looking at similar. I don't want to say a similar situation, but you're looking at a situation where if you say, "I need help," and you get the help, you have opportunity to grow as a person. But I mean, when you're using somebody else's money like that,
if this dude was like, you know what, I've been messing up for a really long time. Maybe before he got the NIL deal to go to Texas Tech and transfer in there and everything, if he was like, you know what, I'm actually going to take some time. I need to get rid of this addiction. I'm going to check myself into rehab, and then I'm going to revisit football when I get this under control. Right? That'd be admirable. But no, he got the $5.5 million NIL deal. Who knows how much of that he's gotten so far? Probably not all of it. But
you got excited and now you're out of focus.
oh, there it went.
Hey, we're back.
And then all of a sudden he gets caught, and then he's like, oh shit, I have a gambling addiction. I got to go check into rehab. I'm doing everything I can, guys. And it's like, it's not like the guy's career was gonna be donezo. Like
Sure.
an NFL team, maybe it would have cost him millions in the future. Like he's not going to be maybe a first round pick anymore, like he was still projected to be, right? But he could, and there's like the supplemental draft that's coming up still for the NFL that they could potentially draft him in if he was still going to be ineligible for this year.
Mm-hmm.
So like a team would still take a chance on him, whether that's a
Sure.
late round pick, undrafted free agent pick, and then he can play his way into like, it's not like he was out of his future was completely ruined.
Sure.
So it's really disappointing because, like you said, I mean, Iowa, like their program, and Iowa State as well, like when Matt Campbell ran, I don't know much about this new guy yet, but other than, Pabst, who we had on the podcast, played for him and spoke highly of him. But when Matt Campbell ran the program at Iowa State and Kirk Ferentz, of course, still running the program in Iowa, they hold their players accountable, right? They're not just into building a good football program; they're into building better young men, and obviously with a few exceptions, of course, because when you have a roster full of 90 dudes, eventually there's going to be some who make mistakes, and because we're all human, and that happens. But they're into building better young men. So if they make a mistake, they want to take accountability to show their players, that it's right to take accountability for your actions. And it's proven to work. There's been a lot of under recruited players from both Iowa and Iowa State who have gone to be big time pro players, right? And the development process and the building process at these programs, it's shown to be to produce high impact guys at the pro level, and also just good human beings. And at these bigger programs, when money gets involved too, I'm not saying they're not trying to build better young men, but sometimes when the pressure's on at these big programs with money involved to win so much, I mean, we saw it with so many times in college, but like a good example is like the Florida Gators, Urban Meyer Florida Gators. I mean, every single time one of his dudes get arrested, he just bails them out, gets them back on the field. you know, and then what ends up happening is those guys go to the pros, Aaron Hernandez, and all this, and these guys get even more money and less, more responsibility put on their shoulders that they can't handle. They end up acting out and reverting back if they never face those consequences that they need to face when the first offense happens.
Right.
So the precedent that this sets of this guy, yes, no, he didn't murder anybody. But what's going to become of the sport when every single player is like, well, now I can gamble and get away with it? And also the players who have already been punished for something like this, they should go and get their money now and then sue somebody. I don't know who, but they got to go to court with somebody because they lost out on their potential. Like if they have a big year at a place like Iowa and Iowa, they can get drafted or picked up by an NFL team, but they didn't even have a shot to do that last year.
Right. Man,
the NCAA is it says right here, the NCAA firmly disagrees with the ruling and is attempting to appeal the injunction, arguing that it compromises the integrity of college athletics. Sean, that is big. Sean, I want you to know, where the problem starts? This is the first part of your sentence, is that the school, the boosters, gives 18-year-old young men millions and billions of dollars to go and catch a ball and go shoot a basketball, and they haven't even paid their own first bill yet.
Man, all these guys need to go to the NAIA first and really grind.
Yeah, bro.
Just work those bets.
Or JUCO. And really grind.
Yeah, bro.
Before they get paid. That should just be a rule. Every player before they go D1 for at least a year, go to JUCO or an NAIA and just grind.
Learn what it is to have nothing. have nothing.
Have $50 in your bank account.
And still find a way to have a great time.
Yeah. Go get some natty lights on the weekend.
So there's
you.
I kind of just put up NCAA betting scandals. Obviously, the one headlighting it is Sorsby, but there's also point shaving and game fixing investigations currently going on. There's 70 pages of indictments against 26 individuals currently playing in the NCAA.
Wow.
They will not name names. Right?
Wait, Sean. Oh, you played yesterday. Dave, I know you're not a big basketball guy. Did you watch the game last night?
No.
Sean, did you watch the highlights of the game last night?
No, I'm not. I don't watch. it.
Kansas Sports HQ, everyone. Only one person watches basketball.
Hey, give us it. You're our connection.
Anyway, but
just remember, we're working, and you have time to sit down.
No,
well, he was working in a way. He was being a young professional lesson.
You were being a YP yesterday?
I was a YP yesterday.
Oh, okay.
But actually, everybody would have had time to watch the game at this time of the day because I know Valley Center was done playing. Dave was at home, probably asleep.
What time was this?
This was probably about 10 o'clock.
El Dorado went all 9 innings with a walk-off.
Per usual. That's El Dorado for you. Because every time I remember, anyway. But yeah.
No, I was not watching the game.
It was one heck of a game. The Knicks were down 29 at one point, and they came back and won it by 1 on a tip back off a 32-footer from Jalen Brunson, shot from 32 feet. OG Anunoby went through the lane untouched.
He's got bounce.
And just tipped it in there with 1.2 seconds left.
Got to find a body and box out.
Yep, and that's how the Spurs took the lead earlier in those last 2 minutes because nobody put a body on Castle, and it was Josh Hart that didn't put a body on Castle. So
okay, come on, Josh Hart.
Yeah. So the Knicks are now up 3-1.
3-1. Okay.
3-1. I'm not sure if they're in New York again or going back to San Antonio, but if they're in New York, I'm pretty sure you can just wrap this one up.
Think so.
Yeah. Listen to me. New York went crazy on the tip.
Does it go like 2-2-2-1? Is that what it does?
I think it's 2-2-1-1-1 if I remember correctly now.
Yeah, NBA. Yeah.
Yeah, they changed it up. Now it's 1-1. They got a lot of ones left, and
because they played like Friday and then took Saturday and Sunday off.
Yeah, for their travel day, which is weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, Yeah,
really draw that out. That's why the playoffs take so long in the NBA. I feel
really and
like.
truly.
Like, obviously, the MLB takes kind of a long time too, but it's like, isn't every series a 7-game series though in the NBA?
Yeah, every game 7.
Oh my,
No, yeah,
oh
yeah.
my goodness, dude, that's crazy.
But think
That's
about
just
it.
asinine.
It is, and think about it, bro. Like so many people got swept this year. I want you,
Yeah,
like I want you to know the Knicks lost their first playoff game in this series.
that's right. Yeah,
Yeah, they
that's
lost.
right.
They
And
had
because it spans on such a long time, it was like their first loss in 5 weeks.
yeah they hadn't lost. They hadn't lost a game in like 43 days.
Who's the next coach?
Mike Brown. Name sound familiar?
Was he like?
He coached LeBron in 2003.
That's not what I
When
was
he
gonna.
came out of high school.
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yeah. He was coach of the year.
For the Cavs.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but
Are
are you
was
the
he
only one
like-
that cares about LeBron in here?
No, he's a no.
Oh no.
Naj is a smart man. Naj is a
Whoa,
smart man.
whoa.
No, wasn't he like on Golden State staff when they were
Yeah,
really,
I'm pretty
really
sure.
good
Yeah,
in the 2010s, and then he went and coached Sacramento for a bit?
probably. R&D, give me a sec.
I used to pay attention.
I don't pay attention to
Yeah.
basketball.
I don't understand why.
I struggle with just going to my nephew's basketball
Because
games.
because Thibodeau took him to the second
Yeah.
round last year, and then they canned him.
You right. Yeah.
But I guess that paid off, huh?
The awkward silence. Sorry, I
Yeah.
legit don't
Yeah, we
pay
got
attention to basketball.
Cavs, Lakers, Cavs, Golden State, Sacramento, and now the Knicks. We
Gotcha.
understand. Kansas Sports
So
HQ.
that was who I was thinking. I was
Yeah.
sure.
The guy with the bald head,
Mhm.
glasses,
Mm-hmm.
looked like a perfect candidate to be called Four Eyes. He wears those.
Looks like a basketball coach.
Yeah. Dave, how's your Braves doing?
That's in the league.
They are the best in the league, but they lost to the White Sox 2 games.
White Sox are kind of decent.
So
they're competitive.
Very.
So
Better-
yeah, it's,
Munetaka Murakami.
so this is like the
Second
second series they've lost. First, yeah, 1 and 2. Third. Sorry, third.
But still, that's kind of
Yeah,
insane. We're in
yeah.
June.
Yeah. So really, not last night, but the night before. What a magical moment for that kid on his MLB debut. Bottom of
Brady
10.
Montgomery.
Yeah, just hits a nuke for his first walk-off win MLB debut.
He's a big time prospect.
Yeah.
I think hopefully he has a great career. You know, he always, especially like top prospects, man, kind of stinks when like you get all this hype built around you coming up. You're like top 20 prospect, top 10, whatever. Volpe. And then you end up crashing and burning kind of at the MLB level. So hopefully he has a really good career. That's really cool that he got a walk off in his MLB debut. That's pretty sweet. Yeah, our Yanks, me and Naj's Yanks, completed the sweep against Cleveland yesterday. That was a big one. Needed that.
That.
Yeah, 4 straight wins. So
You know-
I think I don't know. They were either. I think they're still tied for first, but technically on winning percentage, they're in second in the division. To the Rays, but they're surviving right now without Aaron Judge, and they're gonna have to keep surviving.
And I want you to know, somebody asked me like, "Oh, what are you guys gonna do now that Aaron Judge is hurt?" And I'm like, "Bro, he was hurt last year, and we still survived. We made a. I feel like
Yeah, but that was only for like 2 weeks.
But no, I think
He's gonna be out for like 2.5 months.
and that's fine. Like, to be honest, I feel like we could,
As long as he's healthy, like as long as they survive, and because the AL is not good. So you got the Rays who are good. You have the White Sox who,
somehow,
thanks to the Yankees sweeping the Cleveland, now the White Sox are in first right now. It's crazy
the first in their division.
in their division.
Oh.
Yeah, and then like you have some other good teams who are just they have a missing piece or two per se. So the Yankees as a team are the best overall team, especially with Aaron Judge healthy. So if he can get healthy, take his time, Stanton comes back, Dominguez comes back, it's more bats in there. Jones went yard for the first time in his career, dead center, like 450. It was awesome. But hopefully Volpe stops playing and gets sent to the same random island they sent Ellsbury to. But they talent-wise are the best team. The Rays are more like they have a better identity and they execute it better. But I don't know, just talent-wise, if they can make it through the grind of the season. So we'll kind of see that, and hopefully the Yankees, they have enough stars, and they've been stepping up since Judge has been down. Bellinger's been out of his mind, really good. Grisham's on a heater right now.
Jazz is starting to heat up.
Jazz had a back-to-back good series now. And he's been swinging Aaron Judge's bat. He just keeps doing this. Because it started off by wearing Stanton's pants.
Yep.
And then he grabbed Caballero's bat. He ditched the torpedo bat, grabbed Caballero's bat, started smacking the ball around. Like he morphs into whomever he grabs the piece. It's weird, right? So he grabs Stanton's pants, hit a bomb, right? And then he grabs Caballero's bat and starts slapping the ball around, becomes like a slappy hitter, like Caballero.
Picks up Judge's bat, just
grabs
boom,
Judge's
boom,
bat.
boom.
He's like slugging 700 in his last 5 games. Like it's funny. So obviously Jazz, life prep legend, Bahamian legend. So
yeah, he will not. I don't think he technically claims life prep.
Probably not.
That's neither here nor there. Yeah. That's not my business.
But so yeah, Braves obviously, they're still winning a lot of games, and the Yankees, they're technically tied for first, but because they have one more win than the Rays, but one more loss as well. So their winning percentage is actually .612 and the Rays is .615. So the Rays technically have the lead.
But we have also technically played more games than everybody. Well, not everybody, but
not everybody,
Rays.
Because we did have a rain out this weekend and last weekend. Our last 2 divisional series, the Rays, we only played 2 games because there was a rain out, and then the Red Sox, we only played 2 games this past weekend.
But I feel like our pitching staff will hold it down until Judge comes back.
I agree.
I seen a
Fried. Hopefully, Fried will come back in another couple weeks, month or so. Maybe after the All-Star break is probably what they're shooting for there. And there's some rumors flying around about Skubal. I know you were talking about that. There's some rumors.
I want you to know. Skubal comes to the Yankees, but I promise you, nobody getting our way. Healthier and Judge, healthy.
Well, yeah, because then you can automatically, you don't even have to really argue about Will Warren or Ryan Weathers to the pen. Throw them both in there, and
then throw Luis Hill in the back there too, in the back of that pen too.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean maybe
for the playoff stretch. I mean, most likely.
Yeah, I could see them maybe calling him up in September to make a few spot starts or something.
Especially when he gets tired. When we need to. I don't want to say save, but save some starts and still get.
I'm also excited about Carlos Lagrange.
So, real quick, I want to interject about baseball stuff since we're all involved in it.
Yeah.
There are no undefeated teams in the KCLB anymore.
Oh, Heat beat the Curve last night?
Yes.
They did. All right, there we go.
Roll Heat, baby.
They're on a heater, right? They're 4 straight.
Let me give you a rundown of this.
Not for long. We play them tomorrow.
Of this real fast. So the Heat supposedly had a conversation with the team that has produced some interesting things. Okay,
Cam getting them right.
So, game 1 they lose 5-12. Game 2 they lose 3-11. Game
welcome.
3 they lose 3-7. Game 4 20-0 W. Game 5 14-4 W. Game 6 11-7. Whatever woke up, I might be a monster.
Might be. It's gonna be a tough one tomorrow.
Okay.
Where y'all playing at?
Wellington. We gotta go back down there.
Y'all going to the Hill?
Been a week since we've been down there. We're back in there.
Y'all going to the Hill? I might have to pull out to go. I might have to go to the Hill.
Might have to.
So you're just, real quick. You got Midwest Moves 1-5. El Dorado, I believe. Well, hold on a second. Make sure I'm saying this correctly. El Dorado's 2-3. The Patriots are 2-2. The Rangers are now 3-3.
I think Patriots are now 3-2 because they beat us. Oh, sorry. My bad. Go ahead. My bad. Be quiet.
The Rangers are 3-3. The Dobbers are 3-2. 2-game losing streak. And then the Heat are now 3-4. The Curve are 5-5. 5-1.
5-1. Yeah, so we're still in second. You know,
He.
I'm waiting on
it's crazy
the
that the Heat have played 7 games already.
yeah.
We
No.
played 5.
Well, I mean, yeah.
We only played 5.
It's all gone.
Let me click
then we
on
have
this.
another off
The
day today.
games that are league associated 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 games. They played 6 games.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, I love how it's all coming together and the competitiveness is there. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
the Walnuts game last night, the moves were up. And then all of a sudden it's 8-6, and then it's 8-8, 9-9.
10-10
With their home opener for El Dorado on a blustery day.
The win was
I promise
something
you,
yesterday.
there's no time I remember going to El Dorado and not being walked off. Like there's one time I can think about, and that's because we run ruled them 10-0. Like that's the only time. Every other time,
Scrappy.
When we played that KCLB playoff game against them, that took at least 6 hours. I want you to know it took 6 hours.
Was that the 14 or 15 inning game?
Yes.
Yeah,
we got walked off there a few years ago in the tournament too, but it was because our pitcher sent the ball into center field on a throw.
It's a routine PFP.
It was not routine. He did not need to go to second. Let's say that.
Did he?
I don't know what was going through his mind.
Was he betting on the game? Because
I don't know. Maybe
there's
we
no
should check into
repercussions
that.
for that.
I feel like there's lots of, the teams are finally starting to gel,
You're gonna start the NAI. You're gonna be
Bookie.
the NAI bookie,
Yep.
and then all of a sudden you're gonna start the side hustle without our knowledge as the KCLB bookie too.
Yeah, I would never let y'all know. And I promise you, like, I might.
You're gonna call it the Sorsby.
So wild
Texas
thing.
Tech,
I was
KCLB.
at my nephew's game on Tuesday,
In the
and there was something that needed to be questioned. Well, one of the site supervisors came out and ruled the play. And then his response was, "What? There's nobody betting on these games. Why does it matter? There's 7U." And I said, "Somebody's on Poshmark doing something."
or Kalshi or something.
And he was and he looked at me and he was like, "Do you think that's real?" And I said, "I don't know. Pull out your phone." And I just walked away.
Yeah.
But yeah, just I don't know. There's lots of crazy bets out there, I suppose. Is it a problem in sports for the players, the NCAA?
Absolutely.
Those are the big questions.
I'm sure there's still a lot going on as far as betting goes.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe not as much at the D1 level as probably the D2, D3, NAI. I mean, obviously, when I turned 21, I only bet on like MLB because I thought I could make money, and then I didn't.
I heard the easiest way to make money on betting is through the basketball stuff.
Probably, yeah.
But the real
a lot of football parlays you probably find some favorable football parlays.
So
I haven't bet in I don't know. Since I started working at Wichita State, we weren't allowed working in the athletic department. I couldn't do that.
So here's the question. It all came out with Pete Rose and then all that good stuff. And then now we had the Shohei Ohtani situation. But do you think it resurfacing through Shohei Ohtani's situation has brought about more stuff to make it visual for everyone out there? Or is it just case by case right now? I gotta go right back to our original part of the conversation of betting scandals in the NCAA. But now is the Shohei Ohtani situation, did it bring it all to head for everyone else in today's age?
No, I no.
You don't think so?
No, I think that Shohei Ohtani thing is I think that's bull crap that he got pinned on the interpreter.
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure the interpreter was also making bets. I don't doubt that, but
he interpreted the bets. What you mean?
She interpreted them for him. He tricked him into betting by interpreting. No, like
somehow using
that's-
his account. No, well, just weird.
dude, that's the crazy. Like, and then Shohei speaks English. Like, what? What's it?
Right.
You know, like that's the craziest thing. I don't know. I mean,
So
maybe
what, in your opinion, what's bringing this to light though? Like, is it just somebody who's digging into it? Who's this?
Well, that's the thing.
Guilty.
I don't know, dude. I don't know because, yeah, exactly. I don't know. Because like I said with the athletes up in Iowa, you know, they made small bets through whether that was their own account or their mom's email or sisters, whatever it might have been. They made small bets, like an Iowa wrestler. This Sorsby guy bet almost 100K on stuff. This Iowa wrestler, he got banned and he had 3 $5 bets on Iowa football. Not wrestling, none of that. He bet on a different sport. Like the other guy, the defense tackle, had one. No, they like the $10. The guy who bet $10, the defense tackle, like he self-reported because he saw what was happening. He felt guilt, whatever, And it stinks that this guy can get off scot-free, or Shohei Ohtani can get off scot-free, because they're not going to say that it's because they're on another level, but that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
This Sorsby guy at Texas Tech is on another level of fame and a bigger platform, with Texas Tech going to the playoff last year and everything, than these podunks up there in Iowa, right? And then like Shohei Ohtani is on another level than Tusapita Marcano, who was one of the players who got banned for life from baseball for betting on games last year,
Mm-hmm.
right? You know who Tusapita Marcano is? You know?
I mean, I do, but
do
I
now.
don't. No. Like I saw all of the articles. I just didn't do it in depth.
But like he's a kind of a part. Like he was up and down from AAA. He's a quadruple A player.
Yeah.
He was kind of a prospect at one point, but just a utility man who had been up and down from the majors. But he bets on it. Boom, you're done. Shohei Ohtani's interpreter bets on, well, we can't let the face of our sport now get
the world power of MLB.
Yeah. It's just like you can't, because they know how much money is in Shohei. Not just what the Dodger, but like they know the reach that what Shohei means to the sport internationally, and why like there's more attention on the MLB now from the youth because of Shohei Ohtani. Like there's no way they were going to bang him for betting. So, well, it was in his, even though Shohei kind of does speak English, it was his interpreter, but like, I don't know. It's maybe it's his straight up, like they were totally truthful and the interpreter was just doing him dirty with his money behind his back. Maybe that is completely true. I don't know. But it's weird, that you see these players who aren't on the same level get banged for it, but then the whole thing where like the rules don't necessarily apply. There's some sort of loophole for certain players in certain places at certain levels, as opposed to people in other places. And I just think, if you really do a deep dive and follow the money a little bit and see where it's all going, you usually find your answer there, which I don't know what the answer is. I haven't followed the money, but politics, yeah.
I mean, that makes sense.
Correct.
All right, let's wrap this up.
Follow the man.
Let's wrap this up. Who would like to lead the prayer today? Naj, you're in.
I've talked.
Yep. Heads bowed, eyes closed. Heavenly Father, I want to thank you for everything. I want to thank you for health and strength. Thank you for time and opportunity. Thank you for another day that we get to wake up and you put air in our lungs. Thank you for another day we get to just be a light to young people today and give light to a lot of situations that people don't know. And if it doesn't glorify you, please, we are sorry, and we all fall short of the glory of God, and please forgive us. So Lord, I thank you. Everybody have a blessed day in your son's precious name. Amen.
Amen. Just remember, kids, betting in the NCAA or in the MLB or a professional organization
Gambling is wrong.
Gambling. If it's in your sport, you're being paid for. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday.